country, a young girl named Ella lived with her stepmother and her two stepsisters, Zelda and Aurelia. Now, most stepmothers are very nice, but this one was not nice at all. She was cruel to Ella and made her wear tattered rags and sleep in a bed of straw in the attic. And she made her clean the house and cook the meals. When poor, tired Ella was finished, she would sit in a corner by the kitchen fire to keep warm. And because often she got dirty from the soot and cinders there, they called her Cinderella.
Cinderella! Get up, lazy bones, and get to work. Beat the rug. Do the dishes.
Yes, stepmother.
And sweep the floors. And wash the windows.
Right away, Zelda.
Iron my clothes. Make the bed.
Yes, Aurelia. Why are they so mean to me? It only takes a minute to say something kind. Oh, well. The beds are waiting. Now, the king of the land had an only son who was just the right age to marry.
But, Father, why do I have to get married so soon? Can't I at least wait until I fall in love?
Nonsense! Why wait, my boy? You aren't getting any younger, you know.
So that a suitable bride could be found for his son, the king decided to hold a royal ball. Now, a ball is a great party where everyone wears their best clothes. There would be dancing and plenty of food.
All right, then. I suppose if you're doing this for me, I should be there. So, when are you planning this great event?
Why, I've been planning this for weeks, my boy. Now go get ready. The ball is tonight.
Tonight? Oh, Father!
Nigel, the king's messenger, delivered the invitations all across the land. His last stop was the chateau.
Invitation from the king. Invitation from the king.
Cinderella was sweeping the floor when the invitation arrived. The stepsisters pushed and shoved their way to the front door.
Give it to me, it's mine. But I want to give it to me. I'm the oldest.
The two girls grabbed the invitation from Nigel and tugged and pulled on it until the invitation tore in half.
Give me the invitation. All right, Mother.
The stepmother put the two pieces together and read the invitation out loud. It said that the ball was to be held that night at the king's castle, and all eligible young ladies were encouraged to attend.
Yes, the prince is looking for a bride. A bride?
Cinderella was just as excited as her stepsisters when she heard the news. She began dancing around the room with the broom as her partner.
Cinderella, stop daydreaming and put down that silly broom. You have work to do and we have a party to attend.
Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters kept her so busy getting them ready that she didn't have time to think about herself. She filled their tubs with bath water, did their hair, then pressed their dresses. Then she hurried to her room in the attic and searched desperately for something she could wear to the ball.
Cinderella! Cinderella! Come down here at once. We're ready to leave.
Cinderella grabbed an old dress and held it tightly in her hands as she raced downstairs.
Oh, come now, Cinderella. You don't expect to go to the ball, do you? Look at your clothes. They're nothing but rags. You'd be an embarrassment to the prince.
Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters laughed and laughed and laughed at the idea of Cinderella going to the ball.
At the ball. Have our beds turned down when we return. Now come, my daughters. The prince is waiting.
They closed the door behind them, leaving Cinderella alone in the quiet house. Cinderella ran to her corner in the kitchen and cried and cried. Just then, one of Cinderella's tears fell to the floor and began to glow. The light grew bigger and brighter until the light changed into a shape, and the shape became a little old woman. Who are you? Why, I am your fairy godmother, child, and ever since your father died, I've been watching over you. Really? A fairy godmother. Cinderella told her how she had been so busy getting her stepsisters ready for the ball. And you want to go too now, don't you, dear? Oh, anybody would. All right then, come along. We have work to do. The fairy godmother took Cinderella by the hand and led her into the garden. Let's make a little magic. How does the magic start? You make a little wish. Make it with your heart. Let's find some common things, and with some words we say, we'll turn them into dreams come true on this your magic day. What will we do for a carriage? Why, that pumpkin there will do just fine. Can it get me to the ball by 9? With magic, you'll be there just on time. What will you use for the horses? 6 mice will be horses, just like that. And the footman and coachman and tailman hats? I've got it. 2 white rats. Now hurry up, Cinderella, and gather all those things for me. Now, what did I do with my wand? I had it here somewhere. Cinderella did as her fairy godmother asked, and gathered up the pumpkin and the 6 mice, while her fairy godmother searched and searched for her wand. She finally found it in her pocket. Oh, why, there it is. Silly me. Oh, my goodness. Now, wave my wand and... As the fairy godmother waved her wand, everything glowed with a radiant, magical light. The pumpkin became a golden coach. The mice became 6 gray, prancing horses. And the rats became the coachman and the footman. Is it time to go? Well, it won't be long. At the ball, this dress will be all wrong. Oh, dear, what will she do? Then we'll turn that dress into a gown. And on your head you'll wear a crown. And on your feet glass slippers will be found. As we make a little magic. Oh, I love being a fairy godmother. With a little magic, Cinderella was ready for the ball. She now wore a beautiful gown, and on her feet were 2 glass slippers. Now hurry on with you. The prince is waiting. The footman held open the carriage door, and Cinderella stepped inside. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. I almost forgot the most important thing. The fairy godmother told Cinderella that she must be home by midnight, for at the stroke of 12, the coach would turn back into a pumpkin, the horses back into mice, and the coachman and footman back into white rats. I'll remember, Godmother, and thank you. The coachman gave the signal to the horses, and the coach took off towards the castle. At the castle, the king was having a wonderful time,
having any fun at all.
Suddenly, a hush came over the ballroom. All eyes turned to the top of the staircase as Cinderella appeared. The prince couldn't take his eyes off her. He met her at the foot of the stairs.
Hello. May I have this dance?
Oh, yes. Why, certainly. He took her hand, and as the orchestra began to play, they danced and danced. They danced through the corridor and out onto the terrace beneath the starlit sky. Let's make a little magic.
How did this magic start?
You make a little wish. Make it with your heart.
If I had just one wish,
On such a magic day,
that wish would be
that magically
I'd steal your heart away.
today was just another ordinary day. It started out in such an ordinary way, but then this day became a magic day, and I did not believe my eyes.
The moment I saw you walk through the door, I knew my life was changing then forevermore. How did this average day become a magic day? It's just too much to realize.
Let's make a little magic. I feel the magic start. Now as I get to you,
The love that fills my heart, and as we share our love,
in such a magic way,
I know our love will grow and grow through each and every day.
today was just another ordinary day. It started out in such an ordinary way,
But then this day became a magic day, and then became a magic night. The moment I saw you walk through the door, I knew my life was changing then forevermore. How did this average day become a magic day? How could it turn out all so right?
let's make a little magic. I know that the magic's right.
I want to spend my whole life through just loving you
And loving you,
the way that I love you
Cinderella and the prince were together all night long. The prince showed not a bit of interest in anyone else. Cinderella's stepsisters were very jealous.
Who is that girl?
How rude of her to dance with the prince all night long! Who does she think she is, anyway? It was almost 12 o'clock, but Cinderella hadn't noticed the time until she heard the bell in the clock tower. Oh, my goodness! Your Highness, I have to go.
What?
Oh, goodbye, Your Highness!
But wait, I don't even know your name.
Cinderella gave the prince a last fond look, then hurried away down the long corridor to the ballroom, then down the outside staircase. The prince ran after her. Cinderella ran so quickly that she stumbled and lost one of her glass slippers on the stairs. The clock struck 10. Oh, very godmother! No! Without stopping for her slipper, she ran faster and faster to her waiting coach. 11. She climbed in the coach and off it went. Hurry! Hurry! 12. But it was too late. The coach turned back into a pumpkin, and the mice and rats scurried away into the darkness. Cinderella found herself on the ground in her tattered rags, and she ran off into the night. When the prince reached the top of the stairs, he saw the glass slipper. He stopped, picked it up, then held it close to his heart.
She's gone. I must find her. I must.
She held tight to the remaining glass slipper. Her godmother had let her keep it to remember her wonderful evening with the prince. She reached the chateau just minutes before her stepmother and stepsisters. She hid the glass slipper in her pocket and ran to her corner near the fire just as they walked in the door. The two stepsisters and stepmother went off to bed. Cinderella climbed the stairs to the attic, smiling and humming. No one other than the prince was more in love that night. The next day, the prince gave Nigel the glass slipper and sent him out into the kingdom to find the girl whose foot would fit it. The slipper was so dainty that it fit none of the young ladies he tried it on.
No, it doesn't fit you. Nor you. I'm sorry, you're not the one either.
Oh dear, poor Nigel searched the countryside, and his last stop and last hope was the chateau. Cinderella answered the door.
A proclamation from the king. Whichever young lady shall try this slipper upon her foot and have it fit thereon shall rightfully be acclaimed the prince's true love. And here's the best part. She shall then become his bride.
What? What's that about, bride? Oh, out of my way, Cinderella, out of my way!
I'm coming too. The stepsisters pushed Cinderella out of the way.
Me first! Me first!
Oh, me first. My feet are the smallest.
No! Try the slipper on me. I'm the oldest.
Nigel entered the chateau with the glass slipper. He tried the slipper on Zelda first.
Hush, Zelda. Whatever you do, get that slipper to fit. I'm trying, Mother!
But Zelda's foot was just too big.
May I try the second daughter, please?
Aurelia's foot was much too fat.
Push, Aurelia. Push.
I am.
No. I'm sorry. Your feet are too big. Oh, dear. The prince will be so disappointed.
Excuse me, but I'd like to try the slipper.
Cinderella! How could you possibly? She's not even my daughter.
Cinderella stepped forward to try the slipper. Nigel eagerly knelt down and slipped the glass slipper onto Cinderella's dainty foot. It fit perfectly. Then Cinderella removed the other slipper from her pocket and put it on too.
Oh! Well, all be. I found you at last.
Nigel knew he had found the right girl at last. Cinderella was taken to the castle, and there she was married to the prince. Her stepmother, Zelda, and Aurelia were welcome to visit the castle whenever they wished. You see, Cinderella had a good heart, and she forgave them for everything. And they lived so happily ever after. Let's make a little magic. I know that the magic's right.
I want to spend my whole life through just loving you and loving you the way that I love you.